Hey, this is Raulh of Please Act Right. Ladies, I'm sure there are a bunch of men out there, especially those who are subscribed to my channel, that will tell you this is the fastest way to lose a good man. Check it out.
I decided instead of doing collaborative or joint coaching, I decided to do individual coaching. So I remember the wife called me one day and we had to kind of have like an emergency session because she felt as though she was going to start again with the verbal and character attacks and whatnot, and she was trying to prevent herself from doing it. So I listened to what she was saying, and there was a lot of hypercriticalism in that conversation, right? So she tells me that he just can't do anything right. And it's not that he wasn't doing it right. It's simply that he wasn't getting it done at the time that she felt like it needed to be done. And he wasn't meeting her expectations. So I'm listening to her, and I'm listening to her criticize him the whole time. And then when she stopped, she said, "Coach Kate, why are you so quiet?" And I just looked at her, I'm like, "Are you ready?" She says, "Yes." Okay. I said, "Why could you just not say thank you?" "Well, what am I going to thank him for? He was supposed to get this done." Why can you not say thank you? We spoke about drawing a man in with gratitude. Men naturally want to show that they can provide. I said, we talked about this. How can you not be grateful for a trying man? It is as simple as you walking up to him, rubbing the side of his cheek or the back of his neck and saying, "Thank you, baby." That motivates him and gives him the confidence to keep going. Why do you always have to be right when it's so easy to just be happy? You could have waited for that time instead of criticizing him. "Baby, why is this not done? Baby, why is this not done?" Why could you just not have waited until you all were in a comfortable position to simply suggest it? Or say, "Hey, baby, how is it coming along?" If you feel as though it's not meeting a time that you want it to be met, then simply say, "Well, can I suggest this?" Simple as changing the conversation, change the dialogue. That's not hard. She said, "Well, he's a man. He should know how to do this." I said, and there you go with that emasculating behavior. There you go again. Emasculating him, and you are wondering why he does not want to be affectionate with you. You are repelling his masculinity. You are creating the disconnect. She looked at me and she was listening, she was, but of course she was combative. She just didn't want to receive that at that moment. And I said, "You're still not listening, are you? I hear what you're saying, but did it process? Did it register?" "No, it didn't, because I can tell by your countenance that it did not register." And he can feel and observe that exact same thing. I told her, if you want to draw in his masculinity, nurture his emotions, okay? It's not just about your needs. He's trying to meet your needs. He's trying to satisfy you. At least let him know that you are proud and you appreciate him and you are grateful for him trying.
You know I'm gonna tell you a story, right? A true story. So a friend of mine, who we'll call Marcus, he and his lady, who we'll call Karen, rented this house that they stayed in for about 2 years. When their lease was about up, the landlord told them that he was going to sell the property and that they had to move. They still had about a month left before they had to actually move out, and there were some items in the garage that needed to be cleaned out and thrown away. On a Wednesday, Karen asked Marcus when he was going to clean out the garage. He told her he'd do it on Saturday. Well, Friday came, and he found out he had to go to work on Saturday morning for a half day that was mandatory. So Saturday came, he got up, he went to work, and when he came back, he took a shower and he plopped down on the couch and started watching TV. Karen came in the room and saw him sitting there and said, "I thought you was gonna clean out the garage today." And he told her, "Baby, I'm tired, I'll do it tomorrow." So she responds, "Why put off tomorrow what you can do today?" Now notice, she's not showing any concern about him saying he was tired. And she knew he went to work on Saturday morning, which he usually got the full weekend off. Now please understand, Marcus has never been a lazy man. He gets done the things that need to get done. Well, because he decided not to do it on Saturday, here we go. All day long. Because she saw him sitting on the couch doing nothing, bugging him about cleaning out the garage. Now keep in mind, the garage doesn't need to be completely cleaned out for another 4 weekends. So this could wait until tomorrow. He stood his ground and he didn't do it. He called me later on that evening and asked me if I could come over and help him move the couple of big items out of the garage into the alley for garbage pickup, and I told him yes. And that's when he told me he was sick and tired of her nagging him every time he didn't do something when she wanted it done. Once again, Marcus has never been a lazy man. He gets things done when they need to be done. And when you're that type of man, there's no reason a woman should be nagging you. Just let him do it in his time. And if you think you forgot, just say, baby, did you forget about cleaning out the garage? If he forgot, he'll say he forgot and he'll get it done. If he didn't forget, he'll tell you when he's planning to do it. So leave him alone. Now for the women out there who are gonna ask, but what if he's always lazy? Then the minute you realized it, you should have let him go. Anyway, I got there the next day and he was almost done except for the big items that I came over there to help him move. We moved him out of the garage and into the alley. And as we were walking back to the garage, Karen came out, looked in the garage and saw that it was clean and turned to him and said, see, you should have done this yesterday and you wouldn't have had to do it today. Not thank you, just a smart aleck remark that he could have done it yesterday. Well, she went back in the house and that's when he told me again that she was constantly doing stuff like that. Constantly nagging him to do things when she wanted it done. And if he didn't, she'd nag him to death about it. Even if he told her that he'd do it on a particular day at a particular time. She wanted it done when she said so. The only time it's cool for a woman to do that to a male is if it's your son that lives in your house that you still feeding and taking care of. Not a grown man who is contributing to the household. And I know personally, there's some women out there that think to themselves, if I keep nagging him, he'll do it. But what they're not realizing, you're just setting yourself up to get left. Ladies, you have to understand, there are times when a man just does not feel like doing things, especially if it requires manual labor or a lot of patience. And if there's no time restraint on it, just leave him the hell alone. Well, because they couldn't find a place to move in together before the lease was up, he moved in with his brother and she moved in with her parents. And because she was doing that to him on the regular, not only did he not move into another place with her, he stopped seeing her altogether. And when he told her why he no longer wanted to be with her, she replied, that's it? That's what you tripping on? That is so petty. And that's the part right there that caused the problem. She didn't care anything about him and how he was feeling. All that mattered to her was what she wanted done when she wanted it done. The phone call ended and he was done with her after that. He told me after a few weeks went by, she tried to get back with him, but he said he had seen and heard all that he needed to. She was not the one for him. Ladies, this is the fastest way to lose a good man. When you ask him to do something, especially if he's the type of man that takes care of business and he says he'll do it at a different time, leave the man alone and let him do it in his time. If he hasn't gotten it done when he said he would, just ask him if he forgot. If he forgot, just let him know that you need it done as soon as possible, please. And once the task is done, tell him thank you and leave the smart remarks in your head.
See, you should have done this yesterday and you wouldn't have had to do it today.
Because showing appreciation to a man makes a man want to do more for you and not put chores off for later. Hey, am I right, fellas? Let the women know in the comment section below. Let them know that appreciation rather than nagging will get us to get things done much quicker. But if you keep nagging him when he puts things off for a reason, you might find yourself by yourself.
Why could you just not say thank you?
Hey, somebody had to tell you, and I love you, so it might as well be me. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell to get notified when I post a new video. I post a new video every week. And in the meantime, will you please just say thank you? My name is Raulh. See you in another video. So if you enjoyed this video, check out one of these two videos right here. I'm sure you'll enjoy them too. And if you like, you can visit my channel. I have plenty of videos there. Go ahead. Don't be scared.